Last lesson, these third declension nouns built the nominative singular by adding one letter to the base. This lesson, the nouns add nothing at all. Here is the word for cōnsul, nominative and the genitive together.
cōnsul, cōnsulis.
The nominative is the bare base standing alone with no ending. That looks like a gift. Now the word for legion.
Legiō, legiōnis.
Nothing was added there either, and yet the two forms do not match. Adding nothing is not the same as hiding nothing. 13 new words. Begin with 4 that name a family. All 4 belong to the class you're learning.
Pater,
A father. Think paternal.
māter,
A mother. Think maternal.
frāter,
A brother. Think fraternity.
soror,
A sister. Think sorority. The father and the brother are masculine. The mother and the sister are feminine. 5 more, all from war and the Roman state.
Cēsar,
Caesar.
cōnsul,
A consul, one of the 2 chief magistrates of Rome.
imperator,
A commander-in-chief, a general. Think emperor.
legiō,
A legion.
ōrdō,
A rao, a rank. Think order. The legion is feminine, the other 4 are masculine. 4 left, and the 3 of them carry a warning.
homo,
A man, a human being, masculine and squarely in this class.
captivus,
A captive, a prisoner. This one is second declension, not third.
impedimentum,
A hindrance, think impediment, second declension neuter, and in the plural it means baggage. The whole train an army drags behind it.
salus,
Safety, think salutary. Feminine third declension, but it belongs to last lesson's class, not this one. That difference is the point of the lesson, and we come back to it. The rule is one sentence. Consonant stems that add no termination in the nominative are declined in every other case, exactly like the stems that add the letter S. So last lesson's terminations carry over untouched. Singular, genitive,
is,
dative,
ide,
accusative, ablative,
e,
plural, nominative and accusative,
e,
genitive, dative and ablative.
ibus,
Only the nominative singular is different, and there this class has no termination at all. Nouns of this class may be masculine, feminine, or neuter, but every paradigm in this lesson is masculine or feminine. The neuters wait for the next lesson. Decline the word for cōnsul, its base,
cōnsul,
singular, nominative, the base itself with nothing added,
cōnsul,
genitive,
cōnsulis,
dative,
cōnsuli,
accusative,
cōnsulem,
ablative,
cōnsule,
plural, nominative,
cōnsules,
genitive,
cōnsulum,
dative,
cōnsulibus,
accusative, the same as the nominative,
cōnsules,
ablative, the same as the dative.
cōnsulibus,
This is the honest one. The base stands unchanged from the first form to the last. Now the disguises. A base ending in these letters,
on,
or in these,
in,
drops the letter N in the nominative singular and ends instead in this vowel.
o,
The legion has the base,
legion,
so the nominative is.
legio,
Every other case takes the base straight. Singular,
legionis, legioni, legionem, legione,
plural,
legiones, legionum, legionibus, legiones, legionibus,
the rao or rank has the base,
ordin,
giving the nominative and the genitive,
ōrDō, ōrdinis,
and the word for human being does the same.
homo, hominis,
One more shape, a base ending in these letters,
tr,
takes this ending in the nominative singular.
ter,
The father has the base,
patr,
and the nominative.
pater,
Then the base returns for everything else. Singular,
patris, patri, patrem, patre,
plural.
patres, patrum, patribus, patres, patribus,
The mother and the brother work the same way.
māter, mātris, frāter, frātris,
The sister does not. Her base ends in a single letter R, so the nominative is that base with nothing removed and nothing added.
soror, sororis,
The general and the Caesar are built the same way.
imperator, imperatoris, Caesar, Caesaris,
Watch the long marks on the sister and the general. The vowel before the final R is short in the nominative and long in every other case. Caesar keeps it short in both. That is 4 nominative shapes for one set of endings. Nothing added, base intact.
cōnsul, cōnsulis,
Nothing added, the letter N gone.
legiō, legiōnis,
Nothing added, an E slipped in before the final R.
pater, patris,
And from last lesson, a letter added and a consonant dropped before it.
salus, salutis,
No one of those 4 can be predicted from the nominative alone. That is why the genitive singular matters so much. It gives the clue to the whole declension. Drop its ending.
is,
And the base appears every time in either class. Which class a noun belongs to changes its nominative and nothing else. Learn the 2 forms as a pair, and the question never has to be asked. 4 of the Latin exercises now, each one a short exchange. Translate in the pause, then check yourself. The first,
audisne tubas, marce,
do you hear the trumpets, Marcus? The name is a vocative because Marcus is being spoken to. The reply,
non solum tubas audios ed etiam ōrdines militum et carros impedimentorum plenos videre possum.
not only do I hear the trumpets, but I can also see ranks of soldiers and the carts full of baggage. 2 new words are at work. The ranks are accusative plural, object of the infinitive meaning to see.
ōrdinis,
And the baggage is genitive plural, because the adjective meaning full takes a genitive.
impedimentorum,
Second,
quas legiones videmus, e legiones nuper ex Gallia venerunt.
which legions do we see? Those legions came out of Gaul recently. Third,
Quis est imperator earum legionum? Caesar, sumus Romanorum imperator.
who is the commander of those legions? Caesar, the greatest commander of the Romans. The legions stand in the genitive plural,
Legionum.
and in the answer, Caesar is nominative, with his title set beside him in apposition, nominative as well. Fourth and the longest,
Quis est eces qui pulchram coronam gerit?
who is the horseman who is wearing a beautiful crown?
Is eques est frater meus.
That horseman is my brother. The reason follows.
Ei corona a consule data est quia summa virtute pugna verat et a barbaris patriam servaverat.
The crown was given to him by the consul, because he had fought with the greatest courage and had saved his fatherland from the savages. The consul is ablative with a preposition, the ablative of personal agent that goes with a passive verb.
A consule.
And the 2 verbs at the end are pluperfect, what he had already done before the crown was given. Now the English sentences in the other direction. Build the Latin in the pause, then hear one good version. Who has seen my father today?
Quis patrem meum hodie vidit?
The father is the object, so he takes the accusative singular. Next, I saw him just now.
Eum nuper vidi.
And the sentence that follows it. He was hastening to your dwelling with your mother and sister.
Ad domicilium tuum cum matre tua et sorore properabat.
The mother and the sister are both ablative after the preposition meaning with, an ablative of accompaniment. The possessive is stated once and covers them both. Third, when men are far from the fatherland and lack food, they cannot be restrained from wrong.
Ubi homines a patria longe absunt et cibo egent, iniuria contineri non possant.
3 separative ablatives in one sentence. Away from the fatherland keeps its preposition because that separation is a real distance.
A patria.
Lacking food takes no preposition, and neither does being held back from wrong, because neither of those is a motion.
Cibo, ignúria.
The men are nominative plural, subject of both halves. Fourth, the safety of the soldiers is dear to Caesar, the general.
Salus militum Caesar imperatori cara est.
The adjective meaning dear governs a dative, so Caesar and his title both stand in the dative singular. Fifth, the chiefs were eager to storm a town full of grain which was held by the consul.
Principes oppidum frumenti plenum quoda consule tenebatur pugnare studebant.
The relative pronoun is neuter singular to match the town, and the nominative because it is the subject of the passive verb inside its own clause. Last one, the king forbade the baggage of the captives to be destroyed.
Rex impedimenta captivorum delervetuit.
The verb meaning forbid takes an infinitive, and the infinitive here is passive. That is the lesson. Consonant stems of the second class add no termination in the nominative singular, and in every other case they are declined exactly like the first class. A base in these letters,
On,
or these,
in,
loses the letter N and ends in a long vowel. A base in these,
tr,
slips an E in before the R. Everything else simply shows its base unchanged. 13 new words, 10 of them nouns of this class, 1 a noun of the class before it, and 2 from the second declension. And one rule outlasts both classes. The genitive singular gives the clue to the whole declension, so never learn a third declension noun without it. Next, you meet the neuters of this class. To practice what you just learned, this course has free exercises and AI graded feedback on ludium.ai. The link is in the description.